I'm sitting in a CFO's office. He asked us to come and help him with some direct reports on their executive presence. One vice president in particular needed to maintain her composure when she was hearing things that she didn't quite agree with. When I asked him for a little context, he said, well, she doesn't really like it that there aren't a lot of women in leadership. I mean, I don't know why I should care about that. It's not really on my plate. And just like that, the committee came in. You know the committee? The committee when you're disagreeing with someone, you hear all those voices in your head. I'm going to invite you into mine in that moment. Yeah. We're not getting anywhere with this attitude. He's the reason why less than 5% of the corporations and Fortune 500 companies have women in CEO spots. I know. Show him the numbers. Do a case study. Give him all the millions of dollars he's missing because of lost productivity. Because without diversity, we don't have productive conflict. And without productive conflict, we can't have better solutions. Did he just say to me, he doesn't know why he should care about women in leadership when, hello, a woman in leadership right here. And in a second, and this all happened in a second, very quick, my mind went to a cartoon of a modern day Sleeping Beauty. And in this cartoon, it started off very similar. She's in the woods, she's sleeping her lifeless body. And here her prince came far and wide to find her. And he reaches down and grabs her to kiss her. And she kisses him back and they're looking into one another's eyes. And he says, will you marry me? And she goes, marriage? No, I got dreams, I got plans. And she leaves him right in the middle of the woods. And what that story told me, first of all, it's really good breaking gender there and expectations about women and men for both sides. But secondly, I have a choice. I used to think, oh my God, I have to do whatever the CFO tells me to do because that's my money coming in. But I tapped into my power and I realized I can take a breath, which I did, and I responded. And I said, just for clarity, are you really wanting me to answer that question about why you might want to care if there's women in leadership? And he said, no. So fast forward, I thought to myself, great, I have a choice. So I said to him, I will do this. I will partner. I will help your people. If you partner with me, will you be a part of the process? And he said, yes. So I want to tell you a secret. After 17 years at American Express leading global programs, and after being the founder of Metaspire, working for many big companies, this is my secret sauce. It's called feminine leadership. And it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, or however you identify, this is about being. This is really something I'm excited to share with you. Are you ready to hear about it?
Yeah!
Awesome, I'm so happy. So the first thing that I need to tell you is there was a study done, the Harvard Business Review. They interviewed 64,000 people across the globe to find out what modern leadership characteristics were most wanted. And 8 out of 10 of those characteristics were attributed with being feminine. I've boiled that down to an acronym called POWER. And the first P is for being patient. And that's not easy for me because I'm an overachiever, but I'm just letting you know that that's the first one. So I have reframed that for myself, and maybe for you other overachievers who might be here, I reframe that word to pause. Because I can't force myself to be patient, but I can pause, get perspective, so that I can get a good plan and I don't have to redo stuff because I rushed in too soon and have to rework. So that's the first P, be patient. The second one is being open. We all have intuition inside of us. We all have a leader within. And so being open to listening to those voices so that I could hear the good one that would lead me forward. And being inclusive even to other voices that I might not agree with. W is for being warm. And the first way to be warm is being compassionate to myself and being nurturing. The voice that maybe says, you've done enough. It's time to go, to the spa or do something fun. That's the voice. It also helps me establish good boundaries and a good work-life balance. And the E is for being expressive and feeling my feelings and honoring them, knowing when to feel them. I work in corporations and sometimes they tell me, she feels too much. I just don't know what to do with her or him. And feelings are not right or wrong, but it's about how we're expressing them. So knowing how and when and what place to feel. And the last R is responsible. The best leaders take 100% responsibility for the way things are. Somehow that situation was put in our place and we either intentionally had that happen or unintentionally, but either way, leaders, the best leaders, take responsibility for their world. Hey, okay, that's it. So, whatever, that didn't work. Okay. So it's a year later now, and I'm in the same CFO's office. And we're reviewing what behaviors did he notice about this leader that I was working with, especially this woman that he had talked about. By the way, she got promoted to CFO. Just as a side note. And so as he was answering my questions, he was really pausing. It was a much different person. He was pausing and reflecting, and he really wanted to be thoughtful in his answers. And he was open. I had some different opinions than he did, and he was really open. Now, I believe he's integrating feminine leadership in his life. In fact, I told him that. And my heart was racing when I said it, but I said it nonetheless. And he was open to it, and I believe that. I choose to believe that I helped him with his feminine leadership. So now we're going to dive into what does feminine leadership mean for you? How can you be more feminine in your leadership? Who's ready? To book me for any of my keynotes or any of my trainings, please visit my website, ninasegura.com.